What's the hurry?
According to the letter...
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait! We're not the general...
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your...
Are our clothes really so... oh!
The Yashiro Commission's seal. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House.
Well, that sounds more... Well, now that we're here, we're... Paimon doesn't seem any...
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen... Huh. So you didn't see anything...
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of...
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been so I came up with this little fun But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face...
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forget...
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apology. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute... A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence, but before that, there is one other place...
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god.
This area sure feels gloomy. Are Paimon's...
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunter?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt, as for Inazuma, it's known as the nation. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end.
Seems like every god has their own one.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. Perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change. And whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has this, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma.
But if that's the case, what...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare, and yet, I agree.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like you're...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, that is where visions come from. In other words, a person's so if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, Time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi? Oh,
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
makes sense.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, at present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please, wait! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them.
I'm sure...
See, where's the person...
Why are you doing this? Why...
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
You must also be... Teijima has protected this place ever since he arrived here, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the...
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Teijima had done nothing wrong. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very... Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the...
Seems like he's a well-respected... You must be Teijima. So what's made you want to up and leave all...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question... True. But that's not why I chose... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just try a a little harder.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time...
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
This looks like Tejima's diary. Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry brace. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized seems like your average... Huh? Wait, I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you... Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to... So this is the Omamori interesting. Looking at the... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around. It looks like a letter. The Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason... But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Tejima...
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But still, it's clear that I was... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share. And just look at all the things that did. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been... I think... maybe not. If this is some... Although... What if she were to turn up eventually? Only to... When I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? Thank you. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... Okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you... That certainly explains the state Tejima... At least we were able to help him. Well... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and... But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening. meaning?
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to...
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it?
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be... We heard the commotion and came to...
I see. You seem to have come to... This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve...
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun...
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got to... That's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that
Well, that's strange. You were helping him for...
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, to top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. He seems to be telling, but we better confirm. Let's go round. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really...
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Take this!
Fry!
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think us...
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal. Now
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in...
Yeah. A lot of them. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a gym. We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOU.
Shut it.
Take this!
Please speak to President Song. I'm just... Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps, so you're friends of Kurus.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was...
So that's how he was getting those But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have... So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather...
Wow. Kurosawa, and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hard... if you ask me... Had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an... Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll... Oh, but before you go...
But we...
Information is also... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again. What are you doing here?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my... It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do. This sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, can you recognize the words?
virtue? Somehow those two words seem to taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess, but what use are virtue and justice? I purchased a The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people... And the irony of all of it is... I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally unable to...
Yet another trouble. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. Seems like losing all him. Fortunately for us, you don't... Let's go find the next poor soul. The third person who had their vision taken is supposed... Paimon heard that he's the present-day master. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong. But he fought them all.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master, but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. We've had so many... You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovered. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, Sensei's name is Domon. A name though self-taught. He mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over, and Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by... But if I'm honest, I still have...
The Grand Narukami...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei... The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to...
So, losing your vision can cause possession...
Shh. So you decided to come. So just now, when Nanako was attending to him, when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and all the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others, one of them was Anzai. He used to be a Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure...
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it! Come on! Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious persons!
How? Are you sure you're Domon? Unless... I guess...
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around the...
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Dom. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know...
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and practitioners of Meikyo Shisui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his... Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be... I thought so too at the time. But only then did I realize that it was Domon. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So,
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, so you see, I came here. Okay, you've heard my story.
seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't... Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
You're saying he is... Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can... But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which... And all is certainly not lost. For...
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has
Excuse me, Miss Inagi.
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is... I must leave now, but we will meet soon.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken note?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Mikio...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about... Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the... Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it just Paimon? It was probably nothing.
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me...
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see the...
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that... But... yes. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition.
Your school practices make Yoshi stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine... There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady, I'm not...
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like...
Poor Sensei.
I'm sorry. It's all... Father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Anzai. Why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from... It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way...
But what if one day... The same thing... I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirate, I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone.
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you... Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to... So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left...
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The empty... But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you... This is my promise.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore. Well, don't just stand there.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his back.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yacht.
So, my intuition, the wind that blows from afar, for us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken her... She seems super mysterious. Paimon's... We can come back to it another time. For...
Yeah!
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, It is a pleasure to finally meet. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thank.
Yeah. Short of getting them, Ayaka, how come this time?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you,
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your,
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is...
Oh, okay then. Ayaka?
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings? Perhaps in the eye, thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the wind's assault, but I believe that surely you understand what they It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd place my trust in... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters...
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll...
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato... Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in...
Oh, Paimon gets it.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline.
Makes sense. Perfect place.
In any case, we can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her. She inspires awe, commands respect, and It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, the issue is this. For the vast majority, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who are... Because of this, the attitude...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, the...
Resistance? You mean like an army?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi. To say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historic, but I do wonder whether there may be some... Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decision. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision.
Ooh, Paimon has a...
Oh? What?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunter?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to
So what?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm. For example, by providing vision...
You're telling Paimon that
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine... The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu...
Darn! So they found out...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter... Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of... By no means do we intend to place the burden. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fire...
Just hand it over. You don't want any. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things. Psst. Hey! Huh? There's someone trying to get... Come on! This way! What's going on? Can't you see we need... Shh! Quiet! Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch a... Huh? Hey, wait! Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one...
All right.
What?
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from it.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have...
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her...
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon.
Stop it, Hanjiro. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave his handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi, but if I just marched straight in there by myself, I'd So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as ever.
Time to break him out. Now that we're inside, this...
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. But we should split up. I've got a little present to prepare.
You sure?
Yes, you too.
Take this! Yeah!
Talk about a big door. It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you've got! Don't hold back!
Take this! Oh, so sorry. Freeze!
No escape!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Here!
I must draw.
Lightning slash!
Allow me.
Thunderclap!
Strike first! I dare you! I need to train harder.
Who goes there?
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
I won't forget this.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Dodge this! Cool it!
I must.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Who
Teach
goes
me a
there?
lesson.
Get them!
Lightning flash!
Allow me. Strike first!
Following thunder!
Soldiers, quick!
A word.
Take this!
I must withdraw.
You cannot match my bravery! Get them!
Show me what you've got.
I dare you!
Show me what you've got.
Lightning flash!
Show me what you've got.
Take this!
Let it rain!
Soldiers, quick!
Don't hold back. I need to train harder.
You cannot match my bravery! Get them!
I won't forget this.
I've been bested.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Teach me a lesson. Show me what you've got.
Thunderclap! Yeah, lightning flash! Dodge this!
Allow me.
Cool
Strike first.
Oh, so sorry. Take this!
dare you! Don't hold back! I'll spare nothing!
Surrender and be gentle.
Watch your step! Show me what you've got! Dare you! Don't hold back!
Bellowing thunder!
I've been bested. Allow me to strike first! Show me what you've got!
This is not the end.
Freeze! I need to train harder.
Take this! Lightning slash! I must withdraw.
Must be Master Masa.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us? Locking you up was just the beginning.
Oh no! Those Tenryou Commission brutes are
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masako...
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am. We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission. She's all...
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you...
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's...
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little...
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to
Fireworks aren't just for festival. I was particularly proud of this. Yoimiya! Well, fireworks are my craft after all.
Look, the coast is clear! Now's our chance!
Yoimiya.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took...
Come on! We've got no time to look... Oh.
Yes. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets it. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't...
Well...
We're finally out.
Yes. Finally, I've made it.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirm.
Thank you. All of you.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to... Right, Kujusara. It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou. How about we go tell Ayaka and the...
I see. So I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujusara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of hot pot. Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose? Let's see what we've got here. Fresh fish fillets, shrimp, bamboo shoots. Nice! You can't go wrong with these. Paimon can't wait. Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the pot. Don't go wasting the rest now. This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen. Fortunately, Toma ended up eating all the weird stuff.
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment. That doesn't feel good.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. The soup flavor wasn't quite the same afterwards. Even with the traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the—
I must apologize.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not...
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would've...
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the god of hot pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. So without further ado, I hereby declare that...
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important...
Yes. If the Tenryou Commission truly is as big, and with the extra time, there are...
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days, downtime is hard to come by these days. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about it.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the...
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori tea house.